Technology has evolved so rapidly over the years. From the first ever typewriter to the first ever color TV to now current day invention of the Apple Vision Pro. Me personally, I was born in 2003, so the only tech I really know is my Game Boy and my iPhone 4. But today I wanted to travel back in time 100 years to experience every decade of tech, starting in the 1920s. The 1920s, also known as the Roaring 20s, characterized highly by the Jazz Age, the Harlem Renaissance, and of course the rise of flapper culture, hence the flaps. So just imagine the Great Gatsby, that's what the 20s were like. That's not true, I just made that up. This right here is a vintage phone from the 1920s, and you can tell that it's vintage because it's just crusty. This thing is older than me, quite literally. So we were hoping that we would be able to test it out for you guys and actually show you guys how this thing works. However, for some reason, I guess in the 1920s, they didn't have real outlets. I don't know. Look, I'm gonna get so much hate. She doesn't even know her history. I wasn't born, okay? I don't even know how to work these. Like, I've seen these everywhere. They have some still that work. Like, where you're supposed to like pick the number you want and then, okay, so you're supposed to pick like 7. It's a little rusty. So if you ever wanted to call your little girly girl, the girl you had a crush on, you'd be like, beep. Dang, this takes forever. How do people do this? Instead of nowadays, when you just slide up in somebody's DMs, you actually had to dial their number.
Oh, hello, Edward.
Oh, hi, Edward.
I've been really looking forward to seeing you this evening.
How are you? How's student council?
That's good, right? See, I missed that. Back in the olden days when Shawty had to call you up and be like, oh my gosh, hello. Should we go out to the cinema? Why do I think that everyone had a UK accent? Like, where did that come from?
It was just a sweet accent, so they'd be all...
Did you watch television last night? Oh, what'd you see?
Nowadays, I'm like, nah, bro, this is crazy, bro. This is nuts. And then back in the day, they're like,
Hello, sweetheart. How are you today? Oh, I went for a walk and I saw the birds.
no. Oh, sorry. Sorry. This is honestly so cool. I really do wish it worked so we could actually try it out, but there is not absolutely a single thing we can plug this into. My grandma's like, I have that. Next, please. This was one of the most popular music players for the time, and it is actually insane. So it has this little spinny disc thingy, and this is the horn that plays the music, and it's kind of like a normal day record player, and you just like drop it on the disc, and it is supposed to play music. So we have Bing freaking Crosby. Okay, so this is a normal like modern day record, so I don't know if this is actually gonna work for this. I don't even know if this thing actually works. I got it on eBay and it said it worked, so we're just gonna cross our little fingers. Oh crap, dude, it doesn't even fit. Just trust, hold on. What if we just leave it like that? Why is it not moving? Come on, brother, how are we gonna flap if this thing doesn't wanna flap? Oh! I done screwed it off with daggers. Bro, how did I break this already? This is like old vintage magic and I just busted it. Sorry.
Can you hold this? Yeah, can you hold this?
How did that happen? Should we try it? Hold on. I'm so excited. This is too much trouble to get some freaking music, brother. But back in the day, they just wanted to hear the groove.
It's kind of fast.
We can hit it back in like the olden days. Oh, dang it. Not again. This is insane. Okay, this is horrible. This sounds so scary. We kept trying to make it sound good, but this isn't going slow enough and this is not working. Okay, brother, we're done. Honestly, this was such a cool gadget and I'm still, to this day, still impressed that this is actually a thing. I don't know who in their right mind thought, let's put a bunch of bumps and patterns on a disc and it's gonna play music. I still can't comprehend that. That's still more impressive than Bluetooth to me. I couldn't figure out why exactly we couldn't get it to work, but all I know is I was happy that we got to hear something. Even if it was the most haunted, creepy music I've ever heard in my life, it was still quite enjoyable. The 1930s. This wasn't exactly a great time in history. It was the beginning of World War II, the Spanish Civil War, and the Great Depression. So obviously there wasn't many advancements in technology at this time, considering there was not a lot of anything going around. The first piece of tech that we're gonna look at in the 1930s is the typewriter. So unfortunately, this is an updated version of what the typewriter looked like back then. I did order a Polaroid camera from the 1930s, a toaster from the 1930s, and a typewriter from the 1930s, and not a single one came in. But Becca's gonna put some images on the screen so you guys can kind of see what tech looked like back then. Nothing like this, absolutely not. I don't even think they have like outlets like this. This is a very out of place, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to try out a typewriter, even if it's not historically correct. I don't think I've ever even used a typewriter before, so let's see how to work this. Put the paper in here. Ah, okay, I think we do this and then, right? That seems simple enough. Wait, shut up. Oh, where's the typing? It sounded like it was typing. Now it's not typing anything. Maybe I need to like push it in more. Oh, yep, that was the problem. If this doesn't work, I don't know what will. It sounds satisfying. What the heck? It looked like it tried to type something. I don't think I have ink for this. It's very unfortunate. Let's just, maybe it's just a little rusty. Maybe it's oh, something is coming out. Oh, it was just rusty. Maybe I just needed to shake it a little bit, like get the like ink moving in there. Okay, let's see. Wait, I kind of love this. Wait, do I have to manually move this? I think I do. Okay. Dude, it works! Look at this!
This is Sarah. Please subscribe to this video.
Thank you. Dude, I love this! Wait, I actually like this more than a normal actual computer. Okay, not this part. This is annoying. But like, I like this more than a normal computer because it's so much more satisfying and rewarding, you know? I feel like it was a lot harder even in the 1930s because this is like an 80s type of like typewriter, not 30s at all. So what would people write back in the 30s? They would write, "Hello, my dearest husband. Every day you've been gone at war, I've dreamt of you. Not a second's gone by that I don't miss being in your arms." Oh my goodness. And then they would ship it off to the war. Although, if you have any typos, well, you're out of luck. No way, I don't mess up. Wait, this is kind of cute. It's really like back in the olden days, whenever you would like type letters to your husband. Oh, not anymore. Shout out typewriters. You were really good. Like, you did a lot for us back in the day. The next piece of tech we have is a vintage 1930s phone. So the phones ended up like staying the same for quite a couple decades until they actually made some progress. But this is what they kind of like look like back at that time. And you just like twist. Love, love, love. I don't know where the wire went on this, but it's vintage, guys. Okay, of course it's not gonna be in prime condition. I feel like I've seen this at like a thrift store. Look how much it costs. Did I pay that for this? Please subscribe. That could get you an iPhone 7 these days. Why would you want this? It doesn't even have a wire to it. I guess it's for the vibes. You know, when looking up stuff for this video, I was looking up what advances in technology we made in the 1930s, and there were some pretty cool inventions. You know, they invented television, they invented the Polaroid camera, and they invented a jet engine. And at the same time as all that, they barely invented sliced bread. Like, this was an invention, not the bread itself, but slicing the bread. What? How did we get jet engines and sliced bread in the same decade? That is crazy to me. You know, it really is the best thing since sliced bread. That was a mom joke. I'm sorry. 1930s was not the best time. I think we need to jump forward into the future, the 1940s. The 1940s. This is when World War II was taking place, the founding of the United Nations, and the beginning of the Cold War. During this time, Rosie the Riveter became a huge icon, which is kind of where I got this idea for the dress. And here is the first piece of like tech I have for the 1940s. During this video, I wanted to show a phone for every decade, but unfortunately, it kind of stayed the same of like this style for like 50 years. So there wasn't much improvement here, but I feel like this one actually kind of works. See, that's how it's supposed to work. Wow, this is kind of fun actually. So I think we need a landline, and I don't know anybody that has a landline anymore. But back in the olden days, this was the phone that they used. I wish it wasn't broken. Hello, sweetheart. Honestly, who were they calling? Who were the girls calling? Their men were at work. Who was they phoning up? We also had the radio. Oh, what the heck is going on back here, brother? Oh my goodness. Oh, look, approved by the US military. Okay, if this works, I'm gonna be so excited. And all this tech, even though it's super old, it's not cheap. I definitely probably spent like $200 to $300 on this. It's the old-fashioned radio. Maybe I can hear some jams. Why is it not picking up any stations? It works!
Good afternoon, it's 1 p.m. Time for Messianic Perspectives with Gary Hedrick.
How is this even possible? How can tech from so long ago still work? That doesn't make any sense to me. Sounds so awful, but I love it. Wow. Other than that buzzing that just won't stop. Oh! 40s wasn't so bad, huh? However, listening to this is a little bit painful, so let's fast forward in time. The 1950s. During this time, there was a huge move in the civil rights movement, the rise of rock and roll music, we're talking about you, Elvis Presley, and the invention of the television.
Oh, yippee! Oh, dearest one.
There you go, honey.
Oh my goodness, it's one of those televisions.
This was the beginning of brain rot. This little thing was like TikTok in the 50s. Like they would just sit there and be like, come on now. They call us brain rot, they've been brain rot. This thing better work.
My husband brought us a cheap one.
I don't think it works, really. This thing, get this out of my face. But this thing feels like it's gonna explode. It's like hot over here. It's like, I feel like this is how my grandma wants me to dress. My little hat. Well, it's less annoying now. It said fully functional on the web page.
So unfortunately, my husband bought us the broken TV. Couldn't afford anything.
Now all the neighbors are gonna make fun of us. But in all real talk, I'm really disappointed. I really wanted to watch some TV on this. But you know what, Becca? My editor, she's gonna pretend like something's playing. Oh my gosh, look, it's television. This thing is concerningly hot. I do worry about my safety. This is a fire hazard. But I'm gonna get this out of here because I have a feeling it's gonna start smoking soon. So let's take this back to the 50s, baby. As you can tell by just looking at this, this is not a authentic vintage payphone because that would be a lot of money. So I bought a lookalike so we could pretend. Dude, this thing is not vintage, but it's sure looking vintage, I'll tell you that much. Oh my goodness, this is actually really cute. What the heck? Aww. I hope this works. Imagine this actually works. That'd be so cool to make a little call. Look, it's so pretty and pink. I'm at a payphone calling myself. I don't even know if this thing actually works. It might just be for funsies. So it does apparently work, but I don't have anything to connect it to, unfortunately. That would be really kind of fun. I apologize, viewers, that I couldn't get a real payphone, but that's very expensive and very hard to get. So we got this little pretend one anyways, and it does actually work. But you know what's funny? Is like, do you see this? There's like normal buttons. They didn't even bother to put the actual like twisty thing on it. It's just like normal buttons. And you can put the quarters in here, but I'm gonna pretend like I'm in the older days so I can know what it's like. Richard, come back to the house. You hear me? Your kids need you. Come back right now. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna, you know, that's it. Yes, dude, hanging up the phone was so much more epic back then. Now it's just like, you know what? I'm so done with you. This is so fun. You get to like, oh, I love it. And it's pink. There's a little key for this. I mean, this is not, you're not supposed to be able to open it, but since this is our payphone, we can open up our money. Ooh, I can start charging people. I love this. This is super cute. I honestly do like it. It's not vintage, but it gave us the vibe. 1960s, we're thinking the Beatles, we're thinking the Vietnam War, and then hippies. Hippies were a thing. They were popping at this time. I think the hippies were very much so combating after all the war. They were like, peace not war, love not war, you know? So this isn't too tech related, but it's the freaking Etch-a-Sketch. So this was like the new hottest thing in the 60s because you can like draw. You see that little line? Let's draw. We should make a present. I don't know about how good my skills are at that, but I don't understand exactly why this was so popular. Like, it's cool, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of just like a very simple concept. It's quite literally just a little doodle pad almost. Like, what? Like, why is this so popular? Okay, can we draw a bow? No, it's hard. Merry Christmas. So this was like one of the most popular gadgets at the time, which, I mean, this is cool. It's not super tech, but this was a big deal. So I had to bring it into the video. Hello. And to be honest, like before the 60s and back, there wasn't as much tech as I was hoping for, but we got an Etch-a-Sketch. Love the 60s. Super fun tech items here, but I think I'm ready for the 1970s. All I'm thinking about with the 1970s is disco. That's all that mattered back then. There was a lot of like bright, colorful clothes, a lot of just like, we're talking bell bottoms, we're talking hippies, we're talking disco. I love the disco. I love the disco. But more importantly, the Apple II. We got an Apple computer. Now we're getting somewhere. This right here is the Apple II Plus. And this was like one of the very first Apple computers to come out. But it's so crazy to me that even in the 70s, like Apple was already making products. Like I had no idea. I thought that was like barely started like 10 years ago. My grandma could have had one of these. Okay, time to try out our Apple II Plus. Oh gosh, I don't even know if this keyboard works. You see it's not pressing. Yes? Yay! Okay, so no shot this actually works. Oh, what the? How do I delete? Is there no delete on this? This is freaking nuts. I didn't think this thing would still function. This thing is freaking 50 years old. What does it do though? There's absolutely no shot that it just writes right. This is absolutely insane to me that like looking at this computer, this was peak technology for this time. It was like the newest, coolest product. It's a brand new computer. And this is all it can do, like is write letters and numbers and write programs. Like I'm sure there was a better use for it, but like in theory, this is it. This is crazy that this is the first Apple product of the video and this is about all that it is capable of. Don't quote quote me on that. I know it's capable of more, but technically it's just letters and numbers on the screen. The next product that we have is the Atari. Ooh. If you guys don't know what this is the Atari. It was one of the most popular gaming systems in the 70s, and it comes with little joysticks. Check it out. I don't know if this is retro or not. Like, I don't know if this is vintage. I don't think it is. It looks too new. And we did come with a couple games, and the game that we have here is Asteroids. And you kind of just like stick it in this little thing. So cool. And like all the switches on here, it's so neat. Very interesting tech for the time, like how this kind of functioned. You even have like the game levels back here where it can be like expert or novice, which I think is so strange that you can control the game level from the console, which is very interesting. So as you can see right here, we are actually playing the game and it is so fun. We can't plug this into anything. It's quite literally older than any TV we have. And we have to use this like a little thing. We don't have anything that works with this. So unfortunately, we're not able to try the Atari right now, but I'm just gonna trust that it was a good console, that it was good. The next product that's in the 70s is absolutely revolutionary. Super popular product, insanely popular. It's the mallard duck, but not any duck. A duck phone. You know what was super crazy is like wacky phones were just really a thing back then. Like just having a phone that like looks like something else. Hamburger phone, a duck phone. Like you would just have this in your house as like a decoration item, but it's actually a phone. This was peak technology right here. All downhill after this. Honestly, the 70s has been my favorite so far, but we're on to the 1980s. As you can tell, I'm dressed very bright colors because that was the thing. There was workout home videos. Everyone's wearing tracksuits for some reason. Michael Jackson was popping off. I'm not a super big fan of the 80s music, but it was a huge thing back then. And people like to express themselves. This, my friends, is the Discman. Like I said, music was a huge thing. I feel like this is kind of iconic. Like I feel like you see this on all of like the movies where they're carrying that little music player and they're like, okay, this doesn't look very 80s, but this is what they sent me in with it. So I guess I could listen to music. Sin City wasn't made. It doesn't even have like an on button. Oh, you see that? This was the move back in the day. So you got your own portable little music player. You can play and pause the music. You open it up, put the disc in like that, put your little jammers in there, boop. Somewhere in the bottom of the couch cushions, we found a CD that can actually work on this. Dude, I haven't seen one of these since I was 8. This is crazy. All right, let's put it in, okay. Wow, okay, so it's pretty cool technology. You can actually just put a little disc in there and it plays music, like Spotify, right? Like two for something. Siri, play the next song. Overall though, this is really cool. I do think that I'm really glad that we advanced from this because this is kind of a pain in the butt to like carry around everywhere to listen to music, but it's cool for the vibe. And I don't think I'll ever use another disc in my life. Next up, we have the Nintendo Game Boy Original. I had the advanced version, which I really loved. I would play on that thing all of the time. So it's kind of cool to see the original here and see how exactly it works. And it's actually a lot chunkier than the other DS. Okay, so we got the Nintendo Game Boy on and working. Well, it's doing something. I don't know if it's working, but I'm sorry. I'm really disappointing you guys. I didn't think to get a game for this, unfortunately. I don't know why I thought it would come with one because you put it back here in the little cartridge thing. And that is pretty cool. Like think about the Atari 2600 that we just had. That thing was massive in order to play the same games that you could play on this. Like that is so sick. And now you can have a portable game. This is the step in the future. So moving on to the phone that they had in the 80s, which is this freaking chunky brick phone. Like literally look at compared to my current phone, how big of a difference this is. Like this is absolutely nuts. I wonder how you got service on this thing. Like did you have to like pay a fee or like? Yeah, you have to, it's like an extra line. Really? I guess you would just be in the car, like you would have it there and then you're like, gotta make a business call. Yellow? Yeah, I'm on my way to the office right now. This is really cool, actually. I've seen these a lot in movies. I do wish we could try it out, but there's definitely no service on this. Look at this freaking antenna. This is sick. Every like vintage product we have, I keep breaking it. I find a way to freaking break it. This is very cool to see the next step in what a phone looked like in the 80s, and honestly, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna pass on this one though. I'm a pass. Love the 80s, really cool step forward in the technology in the 80s, but it's gonna get better in the 90s. The first tech item of the 1990s, we got the Talk Boy. So this is like a super famous on like that movie Home Alone.
Now you can be as clever as Kevin with Tiger's new Talk Boy tape recorder.
As that like the thing that kid used. And you're supposed to like put like a tape recorder in here. It's not a video recorder, it's just like audio. This is pretty much, in today's day and age, voice memos. This is it right here. So I guess you would just like record with this button and then you could just play it. Very interesting device. It's so retro, just like me. I will say though, I'm glad that we took a step up from this because this sounds like a pain in the butt to use. You have to put a little player in here just to like record audio. I don't know, that seems like a lot of work for me. Seems like a bit much. The next item is a Tamagotchi. So these were super popular in the 90s, according to the interweb. And I've heard about these before, but I've never actually used one. I guess I'm a little bit too young for this, but we're about to try it out today. I think this is like a newer version of it though, because this is definitely not retro. It's literally like brand new. So I guess it's Tamagotchi, the original virtual reality pet. Wow, they had some tech in the 90s, huh? They were already doing some virtual reality stuff on this. So it's like this little animal that you have to like take care of with 3 buttons. What the heck am I supposed to do with 3 buttons? Either I'm so stupid or like I'm just not built for this kind of technology, but I don't understand how people are entertained by this. Like I get it, the idea of like having a little virtual pet that you have to like remember to feed and like it's just kind of fun. But like with 3 buttons, like what do you do? Just like press it to feed it, and then that says a lot. That was the technology right here. Now we got like Talking Tom. And we got apps, mobile apps, not this.
Bang.
You guys, you 90s babies, let me know what you feel about this, because I don't understand it. And I think it says a lot how far we've come, because this is not entertaining me at all. Kind of bored actually. Now it's time to show the phone of the 90s. Nokia! I love Nokia. At this point, we're finally getting some like actual mobile phones that are not a huge brick. So we're making some progress here. Check this out. Oh my gosh. This is crazy. This is so beyond me. Like the oldest phone I've seen my parents use was like a BlackBerry, not like a freaking Nokia phone like this. Okay, so here is our Nokia, and this is the phone that everyone was using at the time, and it is a huge upgrade. I will say it's very light and small, so I do like that. And you can just make little calls, so you can just call someone up, type in their number, and call. Unfortunately, there's no SIM card in this. And nowadays, we have an eSIM. We don't even have a actual SIM card, so I can't put a SIM card in this to test it out. How would you text on this thing? It's like super tiny. This would be so annoying. I can't even imagine being like, oh, you would have to do all that just to say, that is craziness. If I ever wanted to like detox from social media, this is the move. I will say we are making some big upgrades in the technology in the 90s, but it's only up from here. Hey now, the 2000s. I was not born yet still. Well, no, I was born in the 2000s. So I wasn't in this like era of fashion or technology too much, but I got to see a little bit of the effects. First things we got, the freaking Wii, baby. So this came out in 2009. I was 6 years old, so I'm sure I didn't use this too much, but once I got older, this was my jam right here, bro. We got the freaking Nintendo Wii, baby. This is it for me. We do have Netflix though. That is kind of crazy to see. Who decided to name it the Wii? Like Wee Wee Mimi? Like it's just stupid. Okay, let's make a new character, shall we? Female. I think I like this. Yeah, very jelly bean. Ooh, freckles, yes. Maybe we're a little bit older, you know? There's no hate in aging. I feel like a thing I used to do when I was younger, which I'm sure everyone did, was just trying to make like the stupidest looking meat they could possibly make. So maybe we should try to attempt that today. Yeah, right? That's the one. That's the one. Oh gosh, that's not bad enough. We need something worse. Oh, that one. I gotta like that. Oh my. Dots? For what, brother? Oh my God, this is progressively getting worse. That's a demon right there. That's like possessed. Okay, I think I like that. Wait, I like that. This is very fun. Oh gosh. I think we're doing pretty good right now. I think I kind of like this. Let's make him a little taller. Oh, do we want to mingle? Okay. When Mingle's on, Mies will travel to other Wii consoles. Oh, yes indeed. Oh my.
She's a gigantic.
She's so tall. Get in line. Yeah. Are these all my Mimis? Someone was making such normal Mies, like a nice little family on this, and then I just came in. This is what I used to do for fun, dude. This is it. I don't like the way this guy looked at me. He's out of here. Done. He's gone. This is more fun than any games. Let's be for real. Super Mario. Wii. Okay, number of players. Uno.
Really?
Okay, bro, that was just a prank. Like I was just pranking you guys. I swear I'm better than that, trust. If they trick you with this little block, they want you to get it and then get distracted. Not this time, brother, not this time. Oh my, I'm not built for this. I'm not built for this lifestyle. This Wii will forever have such a good spot in my heart. And I think that it's crazy that you could still play the Wii and enjoy it in 2024. Next 2000s product is the iPod. This is actually nuts. I never used one of these actually. By the time I was like really born and listening to music, I was more onto like the iPod Shuffle, iPod Touch type stuff. I never had to use actually just this straight up. Oh, there's actually music on here. There's like 2,000 songs on here. I'm glad that this came with songs on it already so I can jam out. Better be good. Oh, it has Thunderstruck by AC/DC. This is really ahead of its time, bro. Look at this thing. It's a tiny, like, think about. Oh, okay. This is so ahead of its time. time, dude. Think about how we first started this video. Like the big chunky products. Look at us now. We're on this thin little silver iPod. Like this is really good progress. You see that? The only thing I didn't like about the iPods is you had to actually manually go and upload all your music. 1,200 songs is crazy. The boys are back in town, boys are back in town. Dude, why does it sound better than my normal? Maybe it's because it's so fun. Dude, I love this. I feel like we don't value music enough. We had to upload it to a little device and then we really got to listen to our music and only the same songs over and over. You couldn't get new songs. Now we can just pull up our little iPhone and be like, I want to listen to this. And then the people that at the aux keep skipping the song every time because they can't appreciate the song. The next 2000s tech is the iPod Touch. I just remember having these when I was younger and they were so fun. Like this was peak life for me. Like you had all these games on here. You had a freaking camera, a calculator. You could listen to your music on here. Like this was very, very exciting stuff. I like how we have some games installed on here already. So we can try one. Choose types of math. Let's just do adding. I can't believe games are actually running on this thing still. Like this thing actually works pretty good for being so old. Oh no, numbers. Oh, I'm just hitting these little animals. Oh no, these little cats are trying to attack me. I'm getting attacked by cats. That's what's happening here. Who had this iPod? These are the most boring games. But this, honestly, believe it or not, this would probably keep me entertained for hours when I was a freaking kid. Like this was it. Wow, I'm actually learning my math. Dude, I'm so smart. I'm so smart, bro. I'm so smart. Did y'all just see that right now? I miss this. Because like I didn't need much to be happy. I just needed this. And I had all my little wallpapers and I would like customize my phone and put like a cute iPhone case on it. Oh man, I miss these days. An iPod wasn't a phone yet. Like you can't make calls on this, but you had internet so you can like send text messages or you can listen to music. And even though this is still old for today's terms, like this is very, very good from where we've come in 1920s. Like this is so thin, so light, works so well, and I still love it. The 2010s. Now this was my era 100%. That's why I chose this chevron shirt, because for some reason when I was 13, I just felt like this was the best thing ever. Just like teal and like chevron. And that was very much the style back then. And this is when I grew up in the 2010s. I'm gonna put up a selfie of me in a chevron dress. This was a huge piece of tech at the time, and it was a huge part of my childhood, the iPhone 4. But dude, this was like such a good phone, and we've come so far from even here, but this is amazing technology to see from the other phones that we were using back in the day. I feel like technology is the type of thing where it exponentially grows. It's not just linear. Like the second you have good technology, all the technology is just immediately better, because now you have the technology to make better technology. Wow, look at that. Since this phone is so old, you're not really able to download any apps or show you anything you can do on it because it's just such an old software, which is so annoying. At least we can have it for show. Another big piece of tech that was so important to me in the 2010s, the freaking iPads, dude. All I wanted for Christmas when I was 13 was a freaking iPad mini. All I wanted was an iPad mini, dude. So here we have the iPad Air. I think this is like a newer version, but this is what the iPad mini looked like too. And oh my goodness, when I unboxed my iPad mini for Christmas, there was no level of joy that could compare to that moment. Because dude, you could like watch videos on here, you could play games on here. One of my favorite games to play was freaking Jetpack Joyride. Oh my goodness, I love this game. Or Tiny Towers. Oh, here it is. I feel like my audience is too young to even know this game. This is my game right here, baby. And we're killing these little scientists down there, you see? I was an iPad kid. That was the first generation of iPad kids. I really was. No, I was the first generation of iPad kid. No, that's not true, because I started playing with the iPad when I was like 12. Yeah, so I grew up without it. And then you gotta take the selfies on the iPad. Oh god. And the last bit of tech for the 2010s that was freshly new was the Fitbit. I guess everybody was like, hey, yo, we gotta lose some weight. I never had a Fitbit. I only had the Apple Watch, but I could see the hype. So this was like the first type of like wearable tech, I guess. So it's pretty much just like a fitness tracker, and you just put it on and it tracks your fitness. I never really wore this, but I think this is cool. This was like pre-Apple Watch. So gotta be fit. Back when I was freaking 13, I didn't really care about fitness. These were the good old days, but still super futuristic compared to everything else we've unboxed. But we love the 2010s. It will forever live in my heart. And the final boss. The 2020s. Yes, we're talking about the Apple Vision Pro. This has to be the biggest leap in technology since sliced bread, literally. This allows you to have an AR experience of being able to see the world around you while also having a digital display floating in front of you. I swear to you, if people from the 1920s saw this technology, they would probably poo-poo their pants. Because this is absolutely crazy. Like, I look crazy wearing it, for sure. I can watch my media on an imaginary screen. Like, you're actually able to have music playing, multiple different windows, notes app, and it's all floating, and you can control it with just your eyes and your fingers. This is life in 2020, baby. I freaking love the future. I love it. I love the Apple Vision Pro, and this thing is insanely expensive, but this is the future. Can my eyes see my eyes? The next best piece of technology in 2021 is the iPhone 16. This is so funny, dude. I have, look, 2010s to 2020. What a freaking difference. In just a span of like a couple years. Such a big difference. I also did a video where I bought every single iPhone to ever exist, so go check that out after this. But dude, the technology is just nuts. And I think everyone says technology is so bad, but think about how much we're able to do from this little block. We're able to make calls, FaceTime, see people around the world, travel, navigate, like order food. Like we're able to do everything. Like technology is for the better until it takes over the world, but until then we're good, you know, we're fine. Another piece of technology of the 2020s that I have just got is the freaking tri-folding phone. You've seen phones that fold once. You've seen phones that fold twice. But have you seen phones fold 3 times? Never. This is just like so crazy that we've got to the point of this kind of technology. Just mind-boggling. Like you're able to turn a smartphone into a tablet within a matter of seconds. Shout out our engineers, shout out our software developers. Like you guys are really smart for like figuring out this kind of stuff. Like I don't know how y'all do that, but it's freaking amazing. I did a full on-depth review on this in my last video, so go check that out. But this is 2020, baby. I have had such an amazing time traveling through time with you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, what was your favorite decade? If you can go back to any of the tech, which would you go back to? As for me, I think I'll stay in 2020.
4-inch heels, stride on the sidewalk.